Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Hypovolemia with Arturio Amaris. So, since the last video, I've been working on a lot of these second chance quests. And the reason is I figured out that the crystal clusters that you need to make a tier 6, I think this is where these are intended to come from. Like this particular one, you get a crystal cluster. I think this one, you get a crystal cluster. That'll give me 3 of the 4 I need. And my thinking is like if you finish off these quests, and then the first one up here, and then these quests, and the first one up here, does that one give, no, that one gives you an illumination wand. I don't even know what that is. So in theory, this one or this one should also give you a crystal cluster if that pattern follows true. This one doesn't, this one isn't done. So I'm thinking this is the one that's intended to give you the 4th crystal cluster, but that one doesn't seem to work. And also it seems to be a redundant quest. It wants a blood tank, but one of the other quests, and I've already kind of set this up and it's already running, like this first one over here wants essence. So the way I did that was I made a QDS, a quest delivery system, and I just connected it up to the mechanical pipe like that. So that was actually pretty easy to do. I also built a fissure over here, or actually multiple fissures. I've got 9 of them, and I had a little trouble setting this up because I don't really use fissures all that much. I was trying to power them from underneath, or originally I just had one and I was trying to power them from underneath. And the weird thing is when I did that, it showed that it had energy in here. It would fill up to 16,000 energy. This idle bar would work, it would run, but the work timer never went off. So I'm like, well, that's weird, it's getting power. Why isn't it running? Well, apparently you can't block the block directly underneath it, so you have to power them from the side like that. And I set this up so that all of them, they only seem to output if you put a chest on them, and the chest has to be on top. I tried having the logistical sorters directly on them, and it didn't seem to work. But this is set up so they all feed to this main chest here, and you get all kinds of stuff from fissures. And some of them are useful and some of them are not. And you have to kind of watch this, otherwise you'll get bottles of water which don't stack, and you may get other things like these safari nets don't stack. So you can fill up your chest. It's a good source of books though. And so just kind of watch it. And the one fish quest, the walrus quest, actually that went pretty quickly because to make each walrus you need 8 normal fish, and those are pretty quick. You get those pretty quick. The pufferfish isn't bad, but it's still somewhat slow, and these I'm just adding manually just like that as I get them. And this says you get witherproof glass, and that's interesting because when I went into the wither in my previous world, I killed a lot of the wither skeletons, and I did not get a single wither skull. Now, if I could get 4 wither skulls, I could make wither seeds, and then I could create a wither killing chamber and, you know, kind of kill withers as I wanted, and I'd get all the heart canisters I'd need eventually. But if there's witherproof glass, that seems to indicate to me that there's got to be a way to either get the wither seeds or get the withers to drop skulls somehow. I just haven't figured it out yet. Other things that I figured out, pink slime. So I think where you get pink slime is from grinders. Or actually maybe it's a slaughterhouse. Let's look at those quests. Where's the MFR quests? Okay. Okay, that doesn't say that you get pink slime from that. A slaughterhouse. Okay, so you seem to be able to, in theory, this should give you pink slime. But the problem is you have to be able to put some kind of animals in slaughterhouses to make them work. And I don't think you can get animals. Like you can't make, let's see if you can make spawn eggs. Like, where are all the regular ones? A tainted cow. That's from Thaumcraft, which isn't working currently. You can't make the initial wand. That's all Thaumcraft. Porta spawner. Mine Factory Reloaded. Well, that's an auto spawner. But you have to have a spawn egg, or not a spawn egg. You have to have a safari net with a creature in it. Now there might be a possibility that these single net safari nets, that these could possibly have. I don't know what the educational enchant is. Educational 3? I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's possible that these single-use safari nets could possibly have mobs in them, like cows, pigs, chickens. And I think I have some other ones. No, these ones I think are just empty. But these ones I think have mobs in them. And do I have any others? That one's empty. Porta spawner. Wow, what is the porta spawner? I don't know. I did get cobalt seeds from I think, yeah, one of these gives cobalt seeds. And like the vegetable ones, those are easy. Once you get a harvester set up, you just let it run and you let it fill one of these drawers, and you know it doesn't take that long to get the maximum it'll hold, which is 2048. So I actually did these and then they filled up again. What other ones have I done? The end stone, that's not too bad. You only need 100. You use the blood altar to make end stone. That didn't take very long. The Minicio, that was pretty easy for the same reason. You just take 9 of these, put them together. So this space, and that's why this one isn't full at the moment, because I did this not long before I recorded this. It basically takes 18 stacks of Minicio to be able to do that. So that's actually not that hard at all. But the next one here is they want Zivio. And they want 10 blocks of Zivio, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually kind of is. Let's see where we are with that blood quest. 80%. It goes fairly quickly, but while it's doing it, while it's drawing off blood, yeah, okay, the ethereal slates. I'm trying to do these a little bit at a time. Normally I would just put essence in here and it would just constantly be converting, but while the blood altar, while blood is being diverted over to the quest delivery system, it just kind of slows it down a little bit. So I'm not using it. What I am doing is this one here, you need 100 ethereal slates, and that's a little bit tough, but I'm trying it. And that Brew of Hollow Tears, that's witchery. Dang it, I hate witchery. Unnamed quest. This draconic stuff, I have no idea how to do this draconic stuff. Like one of these, really 10 weak blood shards, that's what you get for that. That's some of these rewards are ridiculous. Okay, like this one, sludge. I can do the same thing that I did over there, is I can make a quest delivery system and I can connect it to the sludge output lines. And eventually it'll, like I would disconnect this and eventually I'd get enough sludge to do that. Pod soil. I want to see if I have enough to do this one. But if those quest lines were finished, I could make a tier 6 altar. Yeah, I may not have enough here. I need 10 of these. If I take them all out, there's 3 there. If I take all of those, in theory, what should happen is the next time these make Podzoil, the Podzoil should come up and it should fill, it'll either fill that one or it'll fill that one. So, all right, so we're going to do this one real quick. Oh, I forgot. I've got the stupid fish. Let me see if I can find a place to put these porta spawners. Yeah, this is as good a place as any. There's my one crystal cluster. All right, now I need some wheat, some sticks, some string, and some bone meal, I think. Let's see. Fertile soil. Boy, I'm lagging for some reason. Let's see if I have any. Let me just get some stuff to make some string real quick. Get some stuff to make some bone meal. That should be enough. All right, so if I remember, it goes like this, and I need sticks. Yep, one stick. All right. There's one. Okay. So that wood should complete this. And the last thing I need to do here is make an ultimate furnace, which was, you know what, I think I have, I think I have enough to do this now. I mean, it's going to use up pretty much all the Zivio essence that I've been spending days making, but so we'll just grab that one. Ultimate furnace. Okay, so that's that quest line all done. This one, God, I hate to have to do these ones. I'm going to do these off camera because for one thing, I'm not going to be able to do this for a while anyway until I figure out how to get all 4 crystal clusters, and that may not be until there's an update to the game. There just may not be another option. Now that I could supposedly break back down into 4 of the purple Zivio blocks, I think. I think I can do that here. And then these, what did I need those for? Wait, oh, I know exactly what I needed those for. You only need 10 of those, and now I've got 9. Very nice. I need 1 more. So that's what we're going to do, is right there. That's, oh. Every heart canister I get makes me a tiny bit more survivable. I can't tell if this is running or not. And you know what? It's not, because there isn't any There's not a, there we go. All right, surely this thing's got to be close to done. 86%, so it's probably got another 10 or 15 minutes before it's complete. Pufferfish. Yeah, it's starting to pile up, so I need to go through and get rid of some of the stuff that, I mean, God, a lot of this stuff doesn't stack. Repair, okay. Yeah, some of these are pretty good. So altogether, since I got the fisher working, I think it's been running for, I don't know, maybe 4 hours, maybe something along those lines. Okay, so this one I've finished, the lily pad, and that was actually pretty easy. So I've got this huge plot of nature seeds, and there were a couple of these that I forgot to put void upgrades on, so when it filled up the initial one, they started spilling over into the other ones. So I actually had 2 drawers full of both the coal seeds and the nature essence seeds, or nature essence. Coal essence and nature essence. So what I did was I took all of the nature essence that was in here, and that was full 2048, and I turned them all into lily pads, and that was enough to satisfy that quest. It didn't take very long. I basically just had to let this run, and it, you know, it worked. All right, let's get rid of some of the stuff I don't need. I wish there were better ways to dump stuff. I really have no need for leather boots. And, you know, I don't need this little bit of stuff on me. I don't need that. This other stuff I can put away. All right, got some buckets back. And I think, yeah, I've got magical fertilizer there. And I'll put that there, sticks, and I'll go put those away. Okay, I made one of these sigils of holding, used to hold several sigils. I can't figure out how to make it work. I don't know what it's supposed to do. I thought it was supposed to be kind of like a bag that would hold these other sigils so I could free up a little bit of inventory space. I mean, maybe that's what it does. I just can't figure out how to make it work. So if anybody knows, leave a comment down there and we'll, you know. All right, what's in my network at the moment? That might be... Oh, yeah, there's almost nothing in the network. Oh, and the reason is because it is slowly trying to turn that into Zivio. It's just going to take a while because, you know what? I have an idea. I don't know if this will work, but let's go give it a try. If this does work, my bad for not thinking of this earlier. What happened with that one? All right. Yeah, it's going up now. Did it finish? Yeah, it finished. Okay. So, oh, that one actually, wow. That one actually took those 10 blocks of Zivio. Wow, for 4 floating endo flames. That's probably the most expensive endo flames I've ever run across. They're not that hard to make. Wow. Harsh. Very, very harsh. All right, so let's go get those other ones back because I don't need them. And why isn't that one working? Don't understand. All right, let's see how we're coming here. 90%. Getting close. All right, weak blood orb. I guess I ought to get rid of one of these. And then that one's in there, the Archmage. So this needs to get up to like 270,000, and then these 9 will go in there. So I think it takes 30,000 a piece. Yeah, 30,000 a piece, and I've got 9 in there, so it'll take 270,000. So, what else can I do? I've got 27, that'll give me 36. I've got another 18, which will bring me up to 54. So that's roughly halfway. So I can take this stack of imbued slates and run them through and make the next tier. It'll take a while, but I'll eventually get there. Pufferfish. Yeah, that one's going to take a while. But I think that's going to do it for today. I don't know if I'm really kind of spinning my wheels and wasting my time here, because even if I do all of these, it's still not going to get me a tier 6, because that's only going to give me 2 more. I need 3 more. Maybe buried in some of these other ones here are quests that'll give you bedrock. How in the world do you get bedrock? Okay, somehow in Sanguinomancy you can get bedrock. And again, most of these don't look like they're finished. maybe not most of them, but some of them don't look like they're finished. Very strange. Yeah, I don't know. There could be anything in here. I don't know if I do all of these up to this point, if these unlock or what. That one gives you villager egg. Spawn ocelot, slime and villager. Coven witch and slime. Slime and spawn bat. Yeah, I bet if you do these right, 4 slimes and zombies. Oh, okay, I think a lot of these are for, you need the graspers, you're supposed to put animals in them to, but I bet there's a way to set up an auto spawner and use these spawn eggs that you get as quest rewards, and then grab them with a safari net, and then put them in an auto spawner and make what you need. That's what I'm betting. All right, anyway, I think that'll do it for today. If you liked the episode, please throw a like on it. It'd be great if you'd subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And any questions or comments, please leave them on Facebook, and I'll answer them when I can. This is Arturio signing out.